Call me William, or Willie, or Bill, or even Dr. William Cather. Willa, what have you done to your hair? I cut it off so I wouldn't have to be a girl, Ma. No one listens to them. Willa, you can't behave like this. And why the heck not? Watch your language. It's not ladylike. Who wants to be a lady? Willa, you drown my patience. I don't want folks to think I approve of your ways. Just walk a few steps behind me when we go downtown. Poor Ma. I was a handful. We'd recently moved to Nebraska from Virginia. We had to get out. Somebody burnt down our barn because my grandparents backed the Union during the Civil War. Then the government passed the Homestead Act and Pa got free land in Nebraska. Oh, they practically had to drag me there. When I got off the train, I burst into tears. There's nothing here but a bunch of grass. I want to go home. See, in Virginia we had beautiful mountains and rivers and a big old brick homestead for a lot of room for me and my 3 brothers and sisters. Here, people live in sod houses. I mean, the walls are made out of dirt. Disgusting. And trees are so rare here. We visit them as if they're people. But slowly, this deserted place grows on me. I go to a 1-room schoolhouse for 3 months, then we get snowed in for the winter. That's when I discover Pa's big collection of books. I act out Nicholas Nickleby and Oliver Twist every night for my brothers and sisters. But Shakespeare's my favorite. I go through all his plays in less than a month. I like Viola in Twelfth Night the best. She dressed like a boy, too. As I am man, my state is desperate for my master's love. As I am woman, oh, alas the day, what thriftless sighs shall poor Olivia breathe. O time, thou must untangle this, not I. It is too hard a knot for me to untie. While I'm busy acting Viola, Pa gives up farming and gets a new job in the big city of Red Cloud, Nebraska. 2,000 people, real schools, churches, an opera house, even a juice factory. Delicious. Ma tries to make new friends. My wayward ways don't help, especially when she hears a neighbor lady tell someone, if she were my child, before I'd let her dress like that, I'd take a switch to her. Then Reverend Simpson preaches a sermon about me. Women shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are an abomination unto the Lord. I fell asleep. Why in the world would the Lord mind if I wore pants? People snub me after church. Who cares? Most of them just want to gossip about who's sweet on who or complain about the prices in Miner's General Store. Ma still makes me go to church every Sunday. I spend the time daydreaming about all the great things I'm going to do when I get out of this dumb old town away from all the stupid people here. At first, I think I want to become a doctor. I asked Dr. McKeeby if I can help him, but he says, oh, no, Willa, it's not for girls. You'd probably faint at the sight of blood. I tell him, I'll screw my courage to the sticking place. And I show him I mean business. When he has to cut off a man's leg, I give the patient chloroform. And I never flinch. Thrilling. Even though most folks in town snub me because of my strange ways, I do have one friend. My neighbor's servant girl, Annie Sadillac. She's a bohemian immigrant. Yeah. I follow her around as she cleans the house, and she tells me stories of life in the old country. Her family got free land here too, but things didn't work out so well for them. Annie tells me the crops failed, the weather went against us. And one day, our papa go to the barn with his rifle. I was the one who found him. Oh, I can never hear that story without giving her a hug. She's so beautiful. And holding her in my arms and feeling her wet cheeks pressed against mine, I promise her I'll always remember you, Annie. I graduate from high school when I'm 16, and I give the valedictory speech at commencement. People are impressed, even Reverend Simpson, though I don't think he understands it. So's my pa. He borrows money to send me away to college. He didn't do that for my brothers. When I leave, he tells me, don't tell the others, Willa dear, but you were always my favorite. You got something special. I arrived at the University of Nebraska in Lincoln. It's the first big city I've ever seen. The professor calls the roll, Willa Cather. I stand up. Call me William. At first, my heart is set on becoming a doctor, but then something happens to change all that. I write a paper on Thomas Carlyle, and my professor sends it to the Nebraska State Journal. They publish it. Well, when I see my words in print, it has a hypnotic effect on me. I'm a junior English class, though I'm just a freshman. After a few days of being treated like a genius, I decide, that's it, I'm becoming a writer.